Good morning. So often I think about how can I explain SNASY? What can I share with you to help you better understand SNASY, to better help you understand the need for SNASY? And this morning it really after being awoke in the middle of the night and I finally opened my phone around 5 o'clock this morning. I was start going through emails and I had an email from a mom, and she's registering for SNASY at Auburn University, and I wanted to read the initial letter to you, and then kind of go back and forth and read our text starting this morning. But I'm going to try to get through this. But you know me, I'm very emotional. But this is Miss Carolyn Green. It says my son John had a near drowning accident as a young child and does not walk or talk. He needs feeding. He needs a changing table and total care. He understands and enjoys watching football very much. He has never been to a game in person, though. We are coming to the game from Mobile. We would appreciate so much being able to change John and meet his personal needs inside the tent. Will this be available? That would require an adult changing table, a bed, or a sofa. It would be good to have a particular Hoyle lift if possible, since he weighs about 130 pounds. Would this be possible in the tent? Also, I would need to feed John supper since the game is at 6 p.m. Could I feed John in the tent? Then she says, and this is what some of you won't understand, but some of you families do understand this. She, she says, John is very sweet and happy. That's her way because she doesn't know me and she doesn't know what I go through. And so, in her mind, she has to tell me, an innocent bystander, not to be afraid of her son. That's why she said that. Is she didn't want me to be afraid of her son. And so many of us families, we say things like that and we don't even know why we say them until someone points it out that that's not normal. Okay, if you're talking about another normal 14-year-old boy coming to a tailgate, you don't tell them ahead of time he is happy and joyful and sweet. But anyway, let's keep going. It gets even better. It says, thank you so much for your outreach to enable people with disabilities to come to a game. It is much appreciated. Please let me know if there's any available space for us to take care of John while attending the game on September 16th. And then she mentions that her niece or somebody is on the team and everything. So I was very happy. I immediately responded way too early this morning. I said, but I told her who I was, and I told her about Colin. I told her about he's 15 and still wears a diaper. And I was very proud to be able to say and to go tell her that we've arranged for all of those services, that she will be able to come and park in a designated location and she'll get a personal chauffeur, a shuttle directly to our tent, where inside of our tent, any special needs family is going to be able to tailgate all day long, 2, 3, 4 hours leading up to the game with free food, free TV, free air conditioning, free changing tables for adults, free diapers, free medical attention. We have two medical staff there inside of our tent the entire day. And then I went on and I began to explain to her that not only have we prepared for her and her family of five to come and tailgate all day long inside of our tent, and to have those services and those the table, the changing table available if needed. But then when she goes into the stadium, not only are we going to help her transport her and her family into the stadium, but we're going to let her know where those rooms inside the stadium are located so that she can still have that peace of mind that just like when she was out in our tent beforehand, if her son has an accident, she's going to know where she can fall back to take care of him. And I was just very excited to be able to continue to share all of that with her. And then I want to read to you a little bit about her response back to me. And some of you that have been paying close attention will kind of understand where we're going with this. I want to read this. It says, recently I started advocating to see provision for inclusion at stadiums, parks, downtowns, and all the wonderful places to go for a full included life in our state for our sons and people with significant needs, but have not made much progress. I would love to see respite rooms, as she calls them, everywhere so that adult children who are in diapers and need to be changed can go everywhere. That's exactly what SNASY is for. So I responded back, of course, and that I told her about SNASY and what it stood for and all the services that are coming. And I told her about the partnership that's forming right now with the cities of Auburn, Opelika, LaGrange, and Columbus, and Noonan, and West Point. I was able to tell her about and kind of cast that vision that not only are these services going to, they're available today at Auburn University, but they're going to be available at your local Publix grocery store. They're going to be represented in some form at your local CVS pharmacy, at your local Synovus bank. These services and the idea of these services, the idea of Mrs. Carolyn Green needing to understand what is it going to look like for her son to come to a football game. Okay, if we can translate that need into an itinerary, and that itinerary into a function that then penetrates Main Street, penetrates that grocery store, penetrates that local boutique shop, penetrates that local barber shop on Main Street, gives our families the ability to make reservations, to reserve parking spots, to participate in society. Anyway, I could go on. I want to finish with Mrs. Green's closing statement. She says, "Praise God. He has arranged for us to meet. I am so incredibly thankful. I have the same vision, but did not have a way to implement it." She works for Full Life Ahead Foundation in the state of Alabama, which comes alongside families and individuals with disabilities for next steps as they come through transition. That's ages 14 and up. Sounds like an amazing opportunity and partnership. It's just one of the reasons why SNASY is so needed. But at the same time, it's just a matter of educating society and the public about the need, and then how do we solve that need? And that's what I'm so thrilled with, is that I feel like I am so blessed to have the way to implement, to have the tools to give other people that are going to be able to serve so many people all across this country, all across this world. People have wanted to know how to serve families with special needs, and now they're going to have that ability to do so in a very efficient way, a very profitable way. Anyway, y'all have a great day, and I'm so excited for the very near future. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be an awesome ride.